Good morning, everybody.
Wow. Happy Monday. We've missed you. There are far fewer crop tops in frame this week. Context, Andrew.
We were at Disney World last week,
Thank you.
and people were walking behind us.
I don't know what you want me to say.
It's 118 degrees there, and I have never been a young woman, so I don't know what getting dressed as a young woman is like. But I'm assuming if it's 118 degrees and I can wear something a little bit cooler, I'm probably going to.
I'm sure you would.
But that's just me. I don't know. Boys, we did it.
We're here.
We got through episode 300.
This is 301.
We celebrated. We're in a new century.
I'm so excited.
A new milestone is just 99 episodes away for us
Already planning it.
here at the Morning After Ministry Show.
Episode 301 is way less hot, way less sweaty.
Yes.
I didn't have to drive nearly as far.
Yeah.
I didn't have to get a hotel room because we got the date of an attraction closing wrong at the last minute.
It's okay.
And yet, despite all of those facts, yesterday was still Sunday.
And this is the morning after.
Welcome to the Morning After Ministry Show, a caffeine-fueled look back on the week and ministry that was.
Boys, we got a package delivered.
We got mail?
We got mail.
Mail
here
time,
at
mail time, mail time.
Here at Safety Harbor Community Church.
Here's the mail. It never fails. It makes Andrew want to wag his tail. When it comes, he wants to wail.
Mail?
You guys know it. Andrew, what? Did we just get a letter?
We got...
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
See, this is
I
when
wonder who it's from.
This is when I am reminded that I am a half a decade older than you guys.
But our kids, they were like, oh, okay, you're right. My kids didn't watch that. I watched Blue's Clues. I'll be honest with you.
So
I'm sorry.
this is...
Who's it
Dora,
from?
what's on the map? Okay, go ahead.
It's
This
a
is
map.
from Pastor Ben at, get this, City Lights Church.
City Lights Church. And look at that.
Beautiful.
They're already commenting. Look at that.
Scranton, PA. This was our 300 gift. It says, congrats on 300 episodes.
Wow.
Thank you guys for doing this. Even though I've never met you, you all feel like family. Being the only pastor at the church is tough and lonely, except on Mondays, when I know I can hear about ministry from all of you. I included a variety of shirt sizes. Hopefully they fit. The medium is for Tim if he wants to appear super jacked some days. What size
You did
is-
not. This is a large. You did not send me a medium. If you did, I'm squeezing into it.
It's an extra medium. So
Whatever it is, can you go to the bathroom and put it on?
Right now.
like
right
he's
now.
gonna actually go to the bathroom. We have these awesome City Lights Church Sunday Cool Buttery Soft tees.
Look
at that.
That out.
Oh, give me
And
my
then-
shirt.
It
Back.
does say
Give
in
me my
Scranton as
shirt.
it is in heaven.
Scranton as it is in heaven.
Let's
What?
go.
Check that out.
This is the
So,
greatest gift of all time.
Do a two-bagger.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
go.
This is amazing.
We have so many sizes. You guys are gonna have to talk because I'm so far away from the microphone right now.
Yeah, we got these shirts. I like them. They're soft. They're buttery soft because they're from Sunday Cool.
Look at all
Also,
of these
great
amazing
logo.
T-shirts.
Great branding. Good brand
Here's my
icon.
large.
I don't know if I can show it.
Is there really a
It's like a
medium
cool
in there? There's
cross.
No way.
That's not going to show up anyways. So, dude.
City Lights. Hey, if you're looking for, I'm talking dynamite
wait.
church.
Hang on.
There's more.
Pastor Ben and City Lights, and then if you flip it, it says, and John Legend.
John Legend
John
was here. Thanks, John.
Legend.
Big fan of the show. We heard about that. If you're in the Scranton, PA area and John Legend is not in town, you know the drill. Show up to City Lights Church each and every Sunday. They will be there for you. The lights are always on because, well, it's the Electric City.
Dude, this is so perfect. I love
There's
it.
so many great
wear this.
shirts. You're gonna wear. I'm gonna put it on right now. That's what I'm about to do.
I love church T-shirts.
These are so nice.
I've been doing some work. I was finally able to get back into the Safety Harbor Community Church shirts that have been sitting in my drawers. Are you guys both going shirtless right now? So I guess this is the Andrew show, as these guys don't want to be shirtless on camera.
Get shirtless on camera.
And I'm not taking my tie off. How dare you? How dare you suggest? Tim looks like Timmy Tebow over here in the extra medium.
Jack.
Why am I not wearing a medium at all times now?
Tim will be preaching in this shirt for the next 6 Sundays.
Let's go.
Until it just rips off of his body.
Why is it so comfy, though?
This is great.
It's because it's a buttery soft Sunday cool tee.
It's so nice. It's so comfy.
John Legend, thank you.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Ben. Thank you, City Lights Church.
These shirts will be rocked on a regular basis. I can assure you of that.
Dan says Shirley back there getting a show.
That's funny. That's
wow.
funny.
Hey, guys, it is Monday. You know the drill. Each and every Monday, we're here. We're chatting the week of ministry that was. We've had a lot happening, a lot coming up. It's fall kickoff season. Andrew, you sent your sons back to school, almost all of them.
I sent half of my sons back to school today.
I have 5, and 4 of them are in different learning environments. It's so weird.
We are both so used to having all of our kids together at the same school for years and years and years.
I guess I didn't realize how spoiled we were.
Both of our households have kids at 4 different schools this year. It is
Andrew, I had to get up and move a car because my daughter had to drive herself to school.
Because she was parked in.
So I had to move my car. As I was hopping in the car, she goes, "Dad, bye." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, you're going to school for the first day." So I ran over, put my arm around her, prayed for her in the driveway, and then I was like, "Wow, okay." I got a little emotional. I'm like, "Oh, my daughter's a junior in high school, and
can drive herself."
And here's the funny thing: you'd think that would save me a bunch of time. No, my wife and I went inside and pulled up Life 360 and followed her
the entire 40-minute drive.
Why is she slowing down? Why is she speeding up? Oh no, she's running late. Is she going to get there in time? And then I pull up the Tesla app to make sure the doors are locked and everything's good. And I'm like,
notice the Tesla Flex.
What? I'm just saying it's a nice feature to make sure everything's locked up.
I am sure that it is.
I'll be able to turn the air on for her as soon as her class is over at the end of the day, make sure her car's cooled down.
Can she not turn on the air for herself?
I don't want her pulling her fan out in class. I'm going to give her a 10-minute window. I'll turn the air on. It'll be nice and cool for her. I'm just trying to be a good dad.
You are a good father.
Then she gets to go to work from 3 to 9 at Chick-fil-A. So she'll be home for 15 minutes and then go to work.
Wow.
What a weird season of life.
Well, we have my 2 boys that are public school kids started back today. And the 2 Christian school kids have a bit more time, so we are spaced out as a family. I guess our oldest could have started today because Aaron is starting today, but we just chose to have him start his Liberty Homeschool program next Monday.
It's not classified as homeschool, by the way. The state of Florida sees it as an online education.
But we need to send the receipts in as though it is homeschool for Florida step up for success.
It's an interesting thing.
I don't think anybody watching cares besides you and me. We just care because we want to get our reimbursements back.
All that to say, it's been a wild morning. We're here.
We're ready.
We still had Sunday. Steph was like, "Oh wow, Tim, you're finally back preaching again." For 1 week. Don't worry, Frank's back next week.
What's it like to get a full-time salary for doing a part-time job, Tim?
Look, I only have Frank for a season. I'm going to utilize him as much as I can. Because once Cross and Crown gets launched, sorry, Lakeview, but Frankie's going to be at Cross and Crown every Sunday.
And you'll be stuck with Tim 45 weeks a year again.
Oh, don't say that.
Stuck with him.
This is like the first season of ministry that I'm not exhausted by this time already, because normally I'm not taking a whole lot of Sundays off. I'm feeling pretty good. It was nice to get back. I'm not going to lie. Frank came up to me after first service yesterday. He's like, "Hey, did we run long?" And I was like, "Sorry, I did." I hadn't.
I thought it was my fault, or I thought it was like.
No, this sermon was long.
We also had a missions moment. We also had. We prayed for back to school. So I thought.
Which, by the way, the back to school prayer was clutch. I heard from a lot of people that resonated well. My sermon was 3,900 words.
Holy cow!
Right, that's long. I almost felt like when I was critiquing myself.
Average sermon for me.
Yeah, but you talk way faster than he does.
Yeah, which is why, it was 40, 45 minutes, which is long for
an
me.
average Tim sermon is 2,600 words.
I'll go 2,700. My peak is usually 3,500, depending on the scripture. So it was long. I almost had a double dose of application points. Because I had a 4-pointer and then a 5-pointer, and I'm like, oof. Looking back, I probably could have condensed that into one.
I felt bad.
That kind of drug on a bit.
About being at 3,168 words.
3,100 is not bad. How much scripture did you have?
A lot.
That's what I'm saying. So you probably had 400. You probably had 400 words just in the text alone. So you're right in line because you're reading through the text. You're not slowing down, taking your pauses and your normal cadence.
And all 3,168 words were spoken from a seated position.
That's right. That's right. Actually, probably closer to 3,500 words.
Wow.
When
Yeah,
you,
extra
when you add
words.
the asides and whatnot, every single one of them was delivered while sitting, because that's how I roll.
Andy, we are a little over midway through, maybe right at our Misquoted series. We're taking commonly misquoted Bible verses, putting them in context. I think we're having a lot of fun with it. I actually got a text from a church member this morning that was like, "Hey, I'm enjoying the series. I want to read my Bible in context. Can we meet and can you walk me through how to do that?" So we're having breakfast on Wednesday to walk through how to read your Bible in context. Like, is that not like one of the biggest wins from a sermon ever? Like someone who's like, I want to get my Bible, I want to make sure I'm reading in context.
Are you guys hitting the 2 Chronicles 7 passage and playing Casting Crowns? If my people called by
Frank,
my name.
That's a good one. That did not hit our radar. That's a good one.
For all of the red hats that exist at Lakeview.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Would be.
Why do you call us out like that?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Some of them are green. Our color's green. So
We did Jeremiah 29:11.
we did.
There you go. So you
We
got
did.
some
That
Old
was.
Testament.
We had 2 Old
misquoted
Testament passages.
I
Proverbs
think the
there too.
passages we preached this season is going to be literally all the major hits.
I think
that
so.
could be next season.
I was like, that's a very niche.
yeah.
It's still a good one though.
But think of the fun you could have in a divided political climate.
So much fun. So much fun.
I mean, we did Jeremiah 29:11. We did
Proverbs 22, train a child.
It goes.
Yep.
Romans 8:28. All
Romans
things
8.
work together.
Great.
You did the don't judge
Yeah,
passage.
yesterday was judge not, and I had a ton of fun with it. Next week you are.
Apparently, people just
I can
forget
dunk
to
a
read.
basketball as long as Christ gives me strength.
There we go.
Yeah.
People forget to read after the semicolon there.
It's
Yeah.
literally the next. It's not even the next sentence.
It's the next.
It's the same
It's the next
sentence.
clause in the same sentence.
Yeah.
And I did like that was a joke in
Yeah.
in the sermon too.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Oh.
So we are misquoting, which is kind of weird because typically when school goes back, we're jumping into a new series,
Yeah,
but
getting people invested and
we're
tied in.
intentionally holding off until September so people get back in the groove of all things back to school season, and
it's
then
weird
we're
being
launching the
in
new
Florida
season.
because we have
series.
so many young families.
I know.
But we also have so many retirees.
Yep.
And so for the retirees, a lot of them is like, hey, finally, like the beaches are open, whatever it is that you couldn't do with everybody out of school.
Sure.
But summer's not done for another several weeks. So sometimes you got to wait till that post Labor Day.
Well, that
NFL
but are you guys
NFL
doing
kickoff
that?
Sunday.
Yeah. Which I'm going to be at an NFL game that Sunday. Thanks,
We-
Frank.
We started our fall series last week. We've kind of waited till the beginning of August to launch it, just because it's gonna be close to 30 weeks when all is said and done.
Mm-hmm.
And so we knew we were taking a break for Advent, and then I think we'll continue the break into the new year. So we'll be 17 weeks. That'll take us from John 1 to John 12, and then second part of John 12 through the end of John in the new year, ending right after Easter. So we started August 1st just because if we didn't, we wouldn't have space for an Advent series.
I get it. Do you guys tack on a membership class in this season?
Occasionally.
Yeah.
So it's...
Are you 4 times a year, 3 times a year?
No, we're maybe twice a year, depending on
So,
when
okay.
we have... So
Spring and fall would make
typically
sense.
it's been September and March.
Yep.
And so it just kind of depends on who's asking, how big the last class was.
Mm-hmm.
We had a decent sized last group, and so now we have some people asking. And it's like, I need one more family to want to join.
Well, one
for
thing
to
we've
make the
done
class.
that helps with membership class is we've pushed from stage, like, this is not a I want to join Lakeview Church. It can be. This is also a, hey, I've got some questions. I want to meet the leadership team. I want to see who the elders
I want to
are.
see how the sausage is made. I
Yeah,
want to
it's a
glimpse
behind the scenes.
curtain.
It is. It's a little vision casting. It's a little history piece. So we tell people from stage, even if you don't want to join, this is still a great class to come to learn more about the heartbeat and DNA of Lakeview. And if you want to join, this is the first step anyways. Like, you need to be part of this class in order to become a member at Lakeview. So it's twofold there. We have our next membership class coming up at the end of the month, second to last Sunday, and then something we recently started doing because we realized, hey, part of our membership process is baptism at Lakeview. So if you haven't been baptized, we have a baptism Sunday the following Sunday. So you can come to membership class, and then next week you can get dunked for Jesus.
But here's how I know that. Like I said, I've had a secret shopper at Lakeview for months now.
Oh boy.
one of my lifelong friends who does not want you guys to know that
Frank,
they are
did you
one
know
of
this?
my lifelong friends.
No.
Who has been attending Lakeview for the past 6 months or so.
I hope Frank hasn't dropped the ball.
I got a phone call saying, I just don't know if I'm ready to join a new church after some messy church hurt
I get that.
at a previous church.
I totally get that.
And my spiel was, I get that.
Yep.
I think you should go because you're not going to know if you want to join a church if you don't do the thing, and there's no pressure to join the church.
That's the thing.
So
we're not calling 30 times. Seriously, you don't get a call from us after membership unless you tell us to call you. That's it.
It's very exciting that I get to kind of be secretly involved in Lakeview without telling you guys who my spy is.
You've been secretly involved with
On
Lakeview
the
for a long
inside.
time. That is actually cool.
Well, we had a spy at yours.
But the
Yes,
same,
I was
we
gonna say,
also
you
sent
guys
a
had
spy.
We just spying.
We have our staff takes a.
Or we just love each other and we
We do.
trust each other and we send people to each other's churches.
We have a sabbatic Sunday for our staff, so every 7 weeks they're required to take a Sunday off. You can come to church if you want. I encourage them not to come to Lakeview, otherwise it'll feel like work and you'll get roped into something.
Someone's going to ask you a question.
It
you'll have
happens
to-
every single time. I'll be honest, I'm probably the worst about taking my sabbatics. I just enjoy coming, and Sundays are Sundays for me.
When you say taking my sabbatics, it sounds like you're 93 years old and there's a medicine that you have to be taking. It's time to
Every
take my
7 weeks, I have
sabbatics.
to take my sabbatic. But we had our nursery coordinator text me in the afternoon, and she had said she might do it, and she was going to do it, but she went to Safety Harbor.
It was
She
great.
said I should read the text.
You should.
I mean, it probably wasn't a very secret shopper because I think you knew who she was.
I didn't know who she was till after the service.
Okay. Did she come by herself?
She was by herself.
Wow.
And
So she got to go to church
like
by
at
herself.
the beginning of the service, I think I walked by and was like, "Hi, it's so great to have you here." But as you know, I wear a lot of hats on Sunday mornings.
You do.
Also, sometimes when you are meeting a visitor before service, there's a lot going on. And then some wonderful ladies in our congregation who were sitting behind her were shaking hands
Andrew,
and introducing themselves.
I mean, I need to read this to you.
They said, as I was walking past, "Have you met our pastor yet?" And she said, "No, not yet." But I was like walking
That's
up
so
right
sweet.
then.
That's so
So it was great. Our people were peopling.
Look, here's what I got at 12:50 yesterday, which was Sunday. I got this text. I went to Safety Harbor Community Church this morning, and I loved it. 2
Boom.
purple hearts.
Boom.
It's a sweet small church. Lots of personal references to the church goers throughout the entire service. Smiley face. I didn't stay for the brunch afterward. I didn't want to crash their party, but they do that every week! Exclamation.
We do.
I'm glad I was able to visit. Andrew, thank you for being welcoming and loving and just shepherding not only your sheep,
It
other
was
sheep.
a really
Slash.
cool thing when I saw.
Poaching our staff.
Yeah, you can't have her. She's our nursery coordinator and she's dynamite and you cannot have her.
I was saying, hey, if you want to poke around our nursery area, because
You did not.
Well, I was just saying it's different than what you guys.
It's better than what you
guys No, over
there, so you
But because we have a preschool, so
Nicole, you're not going back.
I was explaining that we have a preschool, so it's a little bit different setup where we're kind of moving our stuff into a preschool classroom to be the nursery. So it's just a little bit different rhythm. And I know when you are on staff at a church, you don't get to visit lots of other churches.
City
And
Lights
so
is wondering,
kind
did
of-
people ever find a church they like more in that Sabbath? Apparently, yes.
We should ask.
Safety Harbor Community Church.
But she told me that she's going to try to go visit the other churches in the collective.
So what's been really cool about this is she reached out and said, hey, I think what I want to do over my next 4 or 5 sabbatics is intentionally visit every collective church. I'm
I
like,
think that's so cool.
Frank, should that be like a
That should be.
we just celebrate that in staff meeting tomorrow. We should be like, hey, if this is something you're interested in, this is kind of a cool idea.
Or
And you're getting ideas.
you need to make sure your elders know what's going on because they
So
are
good.
a big fan of the staff taking their sabbatical Sundays.
It's a good thing.
And they're a big fan of Lakeview partnering with other local churches. I think it is a win-win-win-win-win.
2 things. One, I wonder if she looked at your nursery to get ideas. And then, did she do that?
I don't think so. I don't think she walked back in that area.
And the second thing is, we should bring back pulpit shirt swap.
Agreed. Wearing this shirt, I'm like, oh, I could wear City Lights Church on a Sunday.
And how cool would it be like, hey, we're praying for a sister church of ours in Scranton.
In Scranton, PA. Frank,
Internet
I'm
friends
in.
are real friends. Also,
let's chat at lunch and calendar this out, and we will say it'll be on these Sundays. We used to do this on a specific Sunday, and we would actually reach out to the collective and say, "Hey, we're wearing each other's shirts. If you guys are in, and we could do that."
We gotta
it's
get
one of the few
yeah,
times I
let's do
don't
it.
wear a tie.
Oh,
You can still wear a tie.
I wear
this
a
is
tie.
this is us Trojan horsing him to dress less with a tie and more with.
Listen, I wear the tie because when you're a little bit chubby and you wear a button-down shirt and you sit down,
I get it.
The button's kind of open sometimes.
Let me introduce you to this thing called a polo.
I would say it's either this idea of standing up,
We
which
get him a Lakeview polo, the women's cut.
The woman. Can you wear the women's cut? Apparently, we were.
I will not.
Our first impressions team watched the morning after, and they were like, "Frank, you were looking at the women's cut, not the normal polo."
I don't know the last time I wore a polo shirt in general. I just don't do a lot of polos.
Well,
Like we had lunch with another collective pastor last week, and his church polo was Adidas.
Oh, it was nice.
And man, that thing looked comfy.
So you know it was dry fit. And
yeah, he's like, we do a Ryder Cup every year, and these are our team shirts. I'm like, dude, what? It was nice.
Can't hide the money. Can't hide the
We
money.
see you, Kevin. Faith Covenant.
Oh, I knew exactly who you were talking
Of
about.
course you did. Of course you did.
And he's not watching anyway.
No, definitely not.
It's fine. It's fine. So Frank, you were not preaching this week. What was it? What was it like?
Here's what it was like. He comes to me in third service. Hey, Tim, I'm going to dip out after I give my announcement. I'm like, you know what, Frank? Get out of here. I don't want you here anyways.
yeah, that's what I did, and it was great. I was exhausted.
All that not preaching was tiring for you?
Yeah, man. I still got there early.
He did. We actually pulled the exact same time, like got out of the cars at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And we were matching.
We were matching. I don't know how that happened. I literally we just both wore
We had like multiple people texting us, nice matching, guys. Like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
You guys should have like made one of the videos. People, let me tell you about my best friend.
Yeah. So yeah, I showed up. I did the welcoming. I always try to stand by one of the doors and I greet people. And then I stood in the front row, and people commented that when I worship, I kind of dance a little bit.
He sways. I was directly behind him. He's definitely a swayer, and then his arms get going.
Yeah. And then I went on stage and I prayed. Well, there was the missions moment because we had a missionary in town. And then I went on stage and I prayed for all the schools back to school.
All the teachers going back.
He did,
Yeah.
and then you did the scripture reading too.
I read the scripture as like my. I don't know if you guys listen to the ESV Bible on the ESV app, but there's a guy there with a deep voice, and it's like, on the day that the Lord has
So
made.
what we're saying is Frank is now acting as kind of an acolyte here at Lakeview. Did you have him wear a robe? Did he light any candles?
It was very liturgical.
That's what I like to
great.
hear.
I did hear from one member that it was really cool seeing both of us on stage together, because I came up while he was reading the scripture and then kicked right into the sermon after he read it. And we had some comments that I thought that was kind of cool to see us both up there. Like, you know what? We can make that happen more often, Frankie.
Yeah, I think like we timed everything right.
Yeah,
like,
it felt good.
Everything
The
was being
flow
timed
was
better.
nice.
Yeah.
It was a good Sunday.
So last week when we were at Hollywood Studios, we were discussing different things and
Crop Top Studios.
Crop Top Studios, yes. And one of the things that I was surprised people were intrigued by, I think I got 5 or 6 text messages this week from people saying, "Are you serious?" People were scandalized by my church arrival time on Sunday morning.
You saw Frank and I's reaction.
did.
We were scandalized. We thought you've been joking all these years.
No. I mean, look, you can see the sign right there. I park on that side of the street. It says church parking only
Oh,
Sundays.
you actually park right there?
I park back, like this side of the street, but way back that way, so I'm not close to the door to take one of the
Wait,
furthest
how
routes.
did I not know that street parking is your guys?
That street, that was something.
It's the first time I've ever seen that
So
sign.
if you look across the street, you'll see no parking this side of the street.
Yeah.
But here on this side, we have no parking this side of the street, but church parking only, Sundays 9 till noon. So when the market on Main Street began to really blow up and take all the street parking, the city manager gifted us the ability to park on that side of the street.
That's sweet.
From 9 till noon. So I heard from so many people that...
And rightfully so.
they just thought it was wild that I was showing up to church at 9 a.m. on Sunday.
It's crazy.
Boys, it was a busy morning in the Larson house yesterday.
Oh.
I got here at 9:10.
Oh my gosh. For a 10 o'clock service.
The praise team was already done rehearsing.
You are giving me anxiety right now.
But here's the thing.
Or mega church pastor. Where
Just
Yeah.
rolling in like 3
Just-
seconds
but
before you
here's-
preach.
you have like a armor bearer outside opening the door for you and like
Here's the
give you
thing.
your coffee.
Because we did not do this setup last Monday, everything was still set from last Sunday, so I didn't have to move cameras. I didn't have to set anything. So I rolled in, I turned on everything, and by 9:20, everything was set. The live stream was ready to go. And I
That's
was like,
nice.
oh, this is why I can do this.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was very, very interesting that there are very few comments I have made on this show that I have heard about during the week from more people than saying that I typically roll in right at 9 o'clock.
I'm just glad you were vulnerable with us and with the audience to kind of let us know some areas where you're struggling.
I think
punctuality is one of them.
I think getting to church an hour before service is not that abnormal.
If you're watching this, I would love to know what time you think the
if
pastor
you're on
should be at
staff,
church.
right? Or you're just wondering, okay.
Yeah, if you're a congregant, what time do you
good.
expect your pastor to
Good
be
question.
at church on Sunday morning? I want to know.
What time do you expect your pastor? And if you're on staff,
Put it in the chat.
what time do you get to church on Sunday? Like how many hours before service? Andrew is 47 minutes before service starts.
That was unique. I'm usually exactly an hour, but
And you have no stress. Like
I have
your
no
blood
This
pressure
is why
like,
the microphone
I'm
cable
good.
doesn't have time to get
have-
behind his
I
back.
have
He's
no
putting it on as he walks in the door.
I have no stress about it. Again, and I'm typically
Is your
going,
stool already on stage?
Yeah, because one of our worship leaders has it up there beforehand. But
Good.
I came in, I turned on my side of the tech stuff. I imported my slides for the sermon.
City Lights Church. I am there at
we
7
set
a.m.
up
for our 10 a.m. service.
our 12 chairs outside
Reasonable.
and rolled the TV to the front stoop. All of that within about 10 minutes. And then I was like, okay, like, why are they being so mean to me?
So here's the funny thing, Frank.
What do you do
Our first
3
service,
hours before church?
Frank, let's be honest here. Our first service is what time?
8 a.m.
What time do we get there on Sunday?
7 a.m.
I was gonna say, I thought your first service was 8:30. Oh, 8 a.m.
We're giving you such a hard time when Frank and I
Okay.
both get there exactly 1 hour before service
Okay.
each and every Sunday.
Well, then I don't feel nearly as bad anymore. I was like, what are these people doing?
We're just trying to mess with you.
There was a season of my life where I had decided that I would really do best at finishing a sermon at like 6:30 in the morning. And so
Oh.
I would roll in here
No,
about
you did
6.
not.
Yeah. And
You were writing on Sunday morning?
I had so the
way.
outline that I
No
use
way.
is the real, the rub, the ready, the response. Hang on, I got that wrong. I've
Wow.
been using this outline for like 12 years. The real, the rub, the ready, the real, the rub, the read, the ready, then the response.
How'd we both forget that?
And so I
was
we
our thing.
created it together. So
Before ChatGPT.
so I would have all of the exegesis and the intro, and it was just I struggle with landing the plane, and so I got through my head, hey, I will land the plane better after a read through and a run through in the morning. So there was a season when
only
I
you
was
had
getting
chat back
here
then.
at like 6 a.m. to get the last 250 words of the sermon finalized,
Sure.
and that was not sustainable because I'm not a morning person. I am way better at staying up till 4 a.m.
really
than I
tough.
am at getting up at 6 a.m. And so, I just couldn't do it.
All right, here we go. Matt Coyne says we have a discipleship hour at 9:45, service at 11. I'm there by 7, another early
So
riser.
early.
CJ says worship at 11, Sunday school at 10. I'm also there at 7. Yesterday was our back to school celly. Big cookout, foam party, let's go. Got to church at 7:15, left at 1:45. Hey, that's a
Golly.
Sunday right there.
It's a full-time job.
And then get this, school prayer walk at 6 p.m. I'd be lying if I said I'm not tired. CJ, I hope you're watching from the bedroom in your jammies. Jared says I walk across the yard at 9 for a 10:30 service. This is
you
more
go.
like our speed right here.
Yeah.
But I've went over at 7-ish to make sure everything is ready. So you can actually go early, make sure it's set, come back home for pancakes, then get to church
Go
in
over,
time.
drop the ACs down, do the
Ben's
thing.
the senior pastor. He is at church 3 hours before service. So, Frank, that would be like us getting to church at 5 a.m., which is an hour and a half before our Sunday school
To be
classes.
fair, there are people at the church.
If you have Sunday school, I think it's a different thing. We don't have a Sunday school hour, so
And that Matt Coyne said, yes, discipleship hour has hints of Sunday school, but with a small group feel, we still have about 50% of our regular attendance, so we keep doing it. CJ says, elder meeting this morning, boys. Listen to this.
Oh, wow.
Elder meeting in the morning, 8:50. Is that a breakfast elder meeting? I guess if there's yummy food involved, but I can't do it Monday.
the only elder meeting I'm doing
CJ,
at
time to talk to the elders.
8:15 is if the elders are like, hey, Andrew, we want to tell you how awesome you are. I might show up at 8:15 for that.
No, I'm
but
okay
a
with the morning
regularly
elder meeting.
scheduled meeting.
I'm saying
no.
Monday morning should never be it. That is a
Ugh.
very difficult time for any pastor. Okay. This is interesting. My sound guy gets there at 6:15. Volunteer, guys, every week. Walks around the church to pray for the service. He is a super volunteer.
He is
Frank,
a super volunteer.
Frank, would you mind highlighting our super volunteer? I think he's there. What time does Carlos get there, dude? Have you ever beaten Carlos there?
Never. I've never beaten Carlos.
Typically, the first photo I get from Carlos is it's pitch black outside.
Yeah.
All year round. So it doesn't matter if the times change or not. That man is probably there, I'm going to guess 5:30, maybe earlier. Jared, okay, he had monkey bread yesterday, not pancakes.
Okay.
Equally
That's
as
fair.
equally as delicious.
Oh, hang on, fellas. This is important. I know I have talked to you guys about the coffee shop on the beach that I love so much.
You've never invited us.
I have. It's just really far away from you guys. It's Indian Rocks Beach.
Still didn't get the invite.
We can go whenever you want. But here's the thing.
I never know when you're going.
The former student of mine who was managing it has left that coffee shop to take on another one that's paying him way more to like launch this new thing that they're doing. The new coffee shop does not have the kitchen like the old one does, so there's no hash browns, there's no eggs, but there's nothing but pastries. I was looking at pictures of some of these pastries.
Can we stop? I'm hungry. Like this is not
It was
going
a
to help.
cinnamon roll that I thought was like a jumbo baked potato.
Yep,
it
I'm
was
dead.
so big.
I'm dead.
They have croissants that are $7 because they're just the size of your laptop. I'm very excited. I'm going for the first time on Friday to his new joint.
CJ, it's time, buddy. It is absolutely time. He said they've never had regular elder meetings, so I'm trying to be flexible. I appreciate you being flexible, but I promise you, once you put a set date on the calendar and it's approved by the elders, you will be so thankful for this. At Lakeview, it's the second Wednesday of every month. However, we are flexible. If there's a Wednesday where it's like, hey, that doesn't work for the majority, we'll bump it. But for the most part, I would say probably 10 out of 12, if not 11 out of 12 elder meetings of the year will be on the second Wednesday of the month. This is intentional because I have 3 kids in youth group. So we actually plan our elder meetings around the youth group schedule. That way kids can get dropped off. And then if I have any elders with kids in youth group, they can then leave on time to pick them up. So thanks for being flexible, but I think your elders will
And that way you have
thankful.
a hard out as well.
I think they'll be thankful that you've said, hey, guys, it's time to get something
I think
like on the board
a meeting
regularly.
with it has to end by this time is fantastic.
Speaking of elder meetings, Andrew, why don't you walk us through your elder meeting schedule?
Well, we have them when we need them. And
we're back to judging you.
An hour before service?
an hour. Do you know what? No. Last week, I sat with several of them and ironed something out after service. And
With an iron?
It was hey, let's get this thing figured out because I would like our elders to be the spiritual leaders of the church, not just the board of directors when it comes to financial matters.
Totally agree.
But every now and then there is a financial matter that you need the elders to sign off on. And so it was hey, I don't want to have a scheduled, elder meeting time. And plus, one of the benefits of 80% of our congregation sticking it out after the service and being here to eat and drink coffee together is you can sit around a table and be like, hey, can we grab 5 minutes real quick and do this so that we don't have to have an hour-long scheduled meeting with an agenda.
I get that. I get that.
One of your elders, I talked to one of your elders recently, and they said that the financial thing you're trying to figure out is how to get you to have a ride, personal chauffeur from your house to here, so that way there's no concerns that you'll make it on time.
Also, there was a time when I had to Uber from the house. I don't remember what was going on with the car. And people were so scandalized that I was dropped off in front of the church. They're like, who was that? Why were you in the back seat? What's going on? And I was like, no, I had a flat tire. I didn't want to, make my wife have to leave an hour early. So
that was very kind of
you.
Frank, what's the balance here? So Andrew and I have had friends in ministry in seasons where they've had elder meetings every night of the week for weeks straight. I can't fathom it. I can't think through it.
I don't understand what that was.
You remember it?
Oh, I remember. I remember it well.
We felt terrible.
Like, what could you possibly accomplish?
We were getting text messages from him regularly, and we were like, bro, this has got to end. It was scary. Then there's the other side where it's like we meet sometimes, whenever.
Quarterly or
so
whatever.
What is, Frank, Cross and Crown Church is launching, okay? I think I'm on the leadership advisory board right now.
My triad.
I'm on the triad. So how often am I going to be called to a triad meeting?
I would like to say for the record, I was not invited to be part of the triad, but that's cool.
You're not the sending church.
I can create a quadrad.
So what's your initial thought process for the triad meeting? And then I think you said you're going to be establishing elders in year 3.
Roughly, yeah.
So then, what's going to be your thought process for meetings?
In Converge, the wisdom is, in those first few years, you need to be able to move quickly and efficiently.
Yep.
And all the while you are building
with as little accountability as possible.
That's the idea.
But you're building up the future, because if you're parachuting as a church plant, you don't know who the people who are coming to your church, if they're even qualified to be elders. You have to build that up, and that might be a several-year process.
Yeah.
So when you launch, you start with a triad, which is yourself and 2 other leaders, usually other pastors, who will serve as your board to make sure you get legal, to be that accountability, to be kind of the go-tos for questions and stuff like that, and to also approve everything from your salary to the budgets and all that kind of stuff. And it does serve as like outside, a third-party kind of accountability for the church. And
it's worked out really well for Driscoll.
And they are the core. That triad helps you when you have the group of people to be the elders. They're the ones that help approve this group of elders to roll off the triad to start the elder board. So all that to say is, I think it'll be like once a quarter.
Triad.
And then
elders will be.
I mean, I would hope it'd be monthly.
Yep, I like that. Matt says we just went through a season where we met on average, get this, once a week. Yikes.
Whoa.
It was so tiring. Meeting fatigue is a real thing. Here's what I'll say, Matt. Depending on the season of ministry and what the church is going through, that might be a requirement for a short time. When we were in a pastoral transition, we were meeting weekly, sometimes twice a week, because we had a lot of things to go over and to move quickly. But you're right. Over the long haul, not sustainable.
Here's what I have experienced.
There's no way.
When you have a leader who fails or a church in crisis, a lot of the times the elders feel the need to, hey, we're going to rein everything, and we're going to actually be the ones taking authority. And so you have, whether it's a staff-led church or however you phrase it, you have a church where the staff has been empowered to kind of take on the day-to-day, and then you have elders that it's not their vocation, that say, well, I'm going to step up and I'm going to deal with the day-to-day stuff, but I have another full-time job and I am not there during business hours. And so that's when meetings like that take place. And I get it. It's probably necessary for some churches in those hard seasons, but it's not healthy as the long-term plan ever. You got to free it up and let your people that you hired and you trust to do the job.
Yep, not healthy, not nearly as sustainable. So, Andy, we mentioned this already. It's back to school season.
It is.
It's also kind of back to all things ministry season. We typically we don't take a break in the summer, but a lot of our
breaks, we slow down a bit.
A lot of our programming slows down. And then
maybe I'll show up 45 minutes before church instead. That's what happens in the summer.
It's an extra 15-minute of respite time.
But then come fall, all of a sudden everything's sort of ramping back up. So are you guys kicking back into gear now? You're in September, and then what else is launching?
So we're in August, but we had our fall sermon series. Like I said, we're doing as we go through John.
Yeah.
But I'm the acting youth pastor these days as well. Which, by the way, now that we're several years in, I'm so glad that I'm doing this and that we don't have a part-time person coming in and trying to fill in and figure out how to be a youth pastor. It's really been a sweet season.
You've got blood in the game.
I've got 3 kids in youth group now as well.
It matters.
But when I took over, we had 4 or 5 kids, and again, we're not a huge church. I think we were in the 80s yesterday, but we're consistently having 14 or 15 kids at youth group. So we took the summer off.
That's the highest youth group you've had since
I've been here. Yeah,
that's insane.
There was another season back in the day when it was about that. But
wait, we need to go to camp together next year now.
I mean, we'll see. We've got kids that want to do Rock the Universe, that want to do all the
Let's
things.
Go.
So we got to start.
Let's go
doing some of the funding stuff.
Yep.
But so we took like 5 or 6 weeks off of youth group, and then we picked that back up 2 Wednesday nights ago.
Nice.
Taking kids bowling and doing all the things. And then
you're a good youth pastor.
We started the fall sermon series, and then next Sunday night we have our next Sunday afternoon from 3 till 5. We have a local water park rented out. That is going to be a very exciting thing, and that's our big church-wide back-to-school kickoff.
Are you going to be in a one-piece?
I will. No, I will not. I will not be in a one-piece. I'll be in board shorts and a sun shirt because my
You're
wife
two-piecing?
My wife is concerned about skin cancer, Tim.
Don't you have a rule about two-piece bathing suits at church events? Not for Andrew. He's the exempt.
And we do not. We live in Florida.
We don't either.
It's not.
We don't have a bathing suit
It's
rule.
not a fight worth picking.
We better be careful. That's gonna be like
Andrew.
controversial.
Yes.
What time and day is youth group usually?
Wednesday night at 6:30 till 8.
So do you show up at 6?
No, Frank. As a matter of fact, on Wednesdays, since I'm here till 8:30 or so, I typically show up about noon on Wednesday.
Oh, and so you stay
And
through?
I stay all the way through. So Wednesday is the day that I get sermon outlined in the beginning part of the day so I can get it to my worship team and say, hey, here's where we're going on Sunday morning so that they can get songs picked and then get youth group prepped and ready to go. Kids start getting here about 6:15-ish.
Yeah.
We play some games, and then we switch to a big group icebreaker game. We've been using a lot of the DYM.
Are you in the fellowship hall?
No, we're in here at this table, which, again, when there
This is a great table.
when there were 8 people, it made a lot of sense.
13 can't work.
13, 14, 15 around this table, it's not working.
Are you
So
gonna move to the fellowship hall?
We might.
Do you ever feel like you're in an aquarium when people walk
Kind
by?
of.
It's
But
definitely
it-
fishbowl
But
status.
it's also a good thing when people walk by and they see a room full of teenagers on a Wednesday night because all of the restaurants in Safety Harbor
Not a bad thing.
are right around here. So we probably have 50 or 60 people walk by during.
that's cool.
And so we have, kind of goof off game time until about 6:50. Bible study, let's say 6, or organized group time from 6:50 till about 7:30, and then we walk somewhere to get dessert.
Yeah.
I think we're going to become exclusive with one of our dessert vendors here in Safety Harbor. I can announce this here.
We're going to start.
That
This is exciting.
Start going steady.
that the ice bar up on 7th, we walked past it on our way to Giggle Waters, the snow cone place. She's going to give us a great rate since we're buying 14 or 15 snow cones a week.
Let's go.
Because if you are trying to buy 15 ice cream cones a week from a random place, you're spending a whole lot of money. And so I think we're going to make it exclusive. But it is nice to walk up and down Main Street and run into different people. I might have said this a few months ago, back in June. There was a group of ladies in our church at one of the establishments on Main Street, and there's a big window out front, and they looked out and saw this very eclectic group of kids. We've got some very obvious theater kids. We've got some very obvious jocks. Not a group of kids that you'd expect to be hanging out together.
Love it.
And so they were looking out the window and thinking, who's this motley crew of teenagers walking down
And
Main
they see
Street?
a handsome gentleman in a
And
tie
then
and glasses and think,
they
oh,
saw
he's
me
very well put together.
bringing up the rear of this group, and we were going to one of the ice cream shops on Main Street.
And no one's worried anymore.
And they were so proud that it was the Safety Harbor Community Church Youth Group out and about in the wild on Main Street.
Wow.
So
That is cool.
that's what we do.
I absolutely love it. Frank, you are on deck to preach next week. We actually swapped the schedule a little because he said, Tim, I have this text. I've preached this before. I'd love to preach it again. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with you. I'm all in. So can you give us a little preview, Frank? Misquoted.
Sir, I have this verse tattooed on me.
Let's go.
So if there's anyone who
Let's
could possibly
go,
take this
Frank.
verse out of context,
Yes.
it's the guy who has it tattooed on him, like everyone else who's taking this verse out of context.
I can't
So
wait.
yeah, I'm preaching on Philippians 4:13.
I can do all things through Frank.
Yep, I got the tattoo when I was 17 years old.
Are you going to show Tim Tebow in his eye black?
I actually am showing
There you
Tim Tebow.
go.
I'm also going to show Steph Curry's
Yes.
shoes.
Sneakers?
Yes.
And it's a boxer. I forget his name sometimes. He has it tattooed on his
Is
chest.
it Manny Pacquiao?
No.
Where is your tattoo?
My arm. My right arm.
Lower back.
So yeah, it's like my story of how I came to Christ kind of revolves around this passage.
That's awesome.
And also, as a former student athlete, I heard this verse ripped out of context so many times.
It's the
and-
go-to in athletics.
Yeah, and also living in the state where Tim Tebow both went
Was
to
a
high
big
school
deal.
and played college football. Like it's a
Was
verse
a
that
big deal.
Huge deal.
yeah, it's a big deal. So I love this verse. I think it's one of the most beautiful verses that in the Pauline literature, but it needs to be understood in context.
City Light says, I believe it was this verse that is the reason Tim Tebow and Carson Wentz couldn't make it.
I feel bad for the guy.
Hey.
I feel bad. I mean, he's made
a lot of money.
He's fine.
He's doing just fine.
But
if you are in the Tarpon Springs area on Sunday and you're looking for, I don't know, a decent-sized church with a vibrant communicator, Frank Gill,
he's preaching.
Pastor of Cross and Crown Church, is preaching at Lakeview. He also happens to be our plant pastor. Frank, did you hear how I tagged you on Sunday? I said that was Frank Gill, our plant pastor of Cross and Crown Church. I got to say Cross and Crown really for one of the first times on stage. So I think that's how I'm going to identify you from now on. Do you identify as a Cross and Crown?
Sure, I identify as Cross and Crown. I also have, if you are in the Safety Harbor area on Sunday morning, you can show up right around the same time as Andrew, right before service.
You'll be fine.
And you will hear literally, and I'm not over-exaggerating this, the best sermon you will ever hear from someone seated in your entire life.
Wow.
Look,
why do you
City Lights, I agree.
And Rick Warren preaches seated, so.
Yep. Oh, I didn't realize that.
There's a lot of sermons where he's like sitting on a stool.
Timmy probably could have made it as a fullback. We got a couple of lower back tattoo comments. Hey, man, nothing wrong with the lower back tattoo, right? Asking for a friend. Matt, we'll talk later about this. Pastoral concern. Rick says, Frank has a Cross and Crown stamp on his back. Frank, I
got the brand logo on my back.
Let's go. Boys, I know it's a little early, but I've got a confession to make. I had a small breakfast, and I am very hungry.
It's not that early. It's 11:53, and I'm starving.
His Apple Watch is like, not enough macros, dying, testosterone dropping.
Got to fuel up.
We got to go.
Hey, you've got work to do. At some point, we've got kids to pick up and make sure they survive their first day.
I can't wait. It's going to be exciting to hear all about it.
I'm so excited. We miss you already. We'll see you same bat time, same bat place right here.
Episode 302.
302?
Next week.
Let's go.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.